Aloha, good morning. This is Caron B Davis of Caron B Realty International. And schools are gradually going back. And I know those summer holidays come and they go really quick. I hope everyone's had a wonderful time with their families over the last month or two. And here's to back to school, getting the kids ready back to school, of course. Anyway, very exciting this morning. We're going to talk about statistics on the outer islands. And I was able to actually last week go to Maui, which I very much enjoyed. We had a client in town and I teamed up with a very top producer luxury broker in Maui, and it was very informative. And we'll see if we end up buying our dream property for our client. I'll keep you abreast of what happens. But let's go and take a look at some of these beautiful homes on the outer islands that sold, and what the story was behind them. The first house I have here up on the screen is a home in Kauai. And just so you know, there was about 26% more inventory from May 2023 to June 2023. And statistics we are talking about, we're just doing a 30, see how they compare month to month versus quarterly, as I just believe there's so many changes in the market right now. And I believe we'll all be more educated on the right decisions if we've got news, if we know what's happening today versus history. The solds were up about 40%, and I'm sure that was a little reflective of having more inventory. The inventory is definitely holding us back on all the islands, actually. Buyers are there, but the inventory is still down. And I was actually reading the other day, the Wall Street Journal, and it definitely in all luxury markets, all through the US, that's the common problem. There's just not the inventory. People aren't moving. As far as Kauai, also the median price was down a little bit, not just down about 4%, and the most active price range was between 1.3 and to 1.4 million. Outside the real, we always say inventory of luxury homes 1.8 million and above. So a lot of volume going below that also. The condominium that sold the highest price there on Kauai, this sold for a little under 4 million, and that was on the market only 5 days. Again, a California buyer, and this was on the third and fourth Kukui'ula Tom Westcoff golf course. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. I know a lot of visitors and people who live in Hawaii love their golf still. But of course, we'll see how the pickleball craze goes for people also. This property was a 3-bedroom, 3-bath, and it was around 1,700 square feet. Beautiful, clean, rich finishings on the home, as you can see, and that indoor-outdoor living, a big reason why people love to come to Hawaii or move to Hawaii. Now going to our next island here, talking about Maui, and as I mentioned, I was in Maui last week, and yes, again, no inventory. I mean, it's so sad when you've got substantial buyers coming to buy their dream house, and there's truly very little available. And just to comment on the market here, we saw the amount of properties sold on Maui between May and June go down about 24%. And again, the inventory stayed the same, but very limited. And the most active price range was between 2.2 to 2.4 for single family homes, and condos 1.2 to 1.3 million. The highest sale there on Maui, as you can see, this is an aerial view. You'll see 10 roofs rather close together. Well, it was one of those homes, and it was a 4-bedroom, 4.5-bath home in Makeni Kai, and it sold for 16.5 million from a buyer from Washington State. Again, very popular buyer. A lot of buyers from Washington State definitely buy in Hawaii. They have for many, many years. This property is in a gated community. Oftentimes people are definitely looking for the gated community, tennis court available, and it's near some amazing beaches, as you can see there. And it's only a 5-minute stroll to the sandy beaches right in front of McKenna Surf. Moving on to the condominium highest sale was at McKenna Beach Club and Residence in Kihei. And this was a 4-bedroom, 4.5-bath property. 4,600 square feet interior. And this sold for $11.2 million. Again, investors from California, low maintenance, as you can see, a wonderful swimming pool and large square footage. Maui, very, very popular, especially around that Wailea area still. Moving on to our next island, the Big Island. And this was an amazing sale. And, you know, this is very representative. It was 1.9 acres of land. And once you get a lot of land area with a magnificent home, then we start to get into some rather large prices. And this home actually sold for $21 million. And again, it was from a buyer from California involved in financing. And it was only on the market for about 88 days. You know, huge lot. The house was over 11,000 square feet, 7 bedrooms, 8.5 baths, and definitely like a mini resort. You know, when I was reading the description, just to share a few descriptions here, you know, unobstructed resort views, of course, at the Hualai Resort. Beautiful resort there. And, you know, again, right on the golf course. It was renovated in 2010. It has 2 full kitchens, a theatre, a golf simulator, a workout facility, complete with workout stations and locker rooms, saunas, steam room, and a massage area. So really a mini resort, like its own little resort there at the Hualai Resort. Moving on to the condominium hire sale on the Big Island. And this property was at Hale'alani, and this was at Kailua Kona, 4-bedroom, 4.5 bath condo, a little under 3,000 square feet. And again, situated on the fairway of the 8th hole of the Reese Jones design golf course with stunning views of the sunset. And this sold for $5.65 million. Was on the market for 281 days. And again, buyers from California. So very, very strong California buyers here in the state. You know, it's interesting how, you know, we're not seeing a lot of international buyers, but with just recently they're coming back to Oahu, definitely. And I've seen that in the past 2 or 3 weeks. So we'll see how some of the sales on the outer islands might get some international activity too. But I believe you'll see more on Oahu. Now, moving on to Marianne's photos, of course, that we enjoy every week. And this week she calls it the iconic Diamond Head. And I know Diamond Head is very well known worldwide. And here, of course, is the lighthouse. And this is guided, as she mentions, this is guided marinas for over 110 years with its red light that can be seen for 17 nautical miles. And it was originally built in 1899, for a little fact, on the Diamond Head lookout. And moving down to our next photo, of course, the views from Diamond Head, amazing. And here's a view of Cocoa Head and Cocoa Crater there. And that can be seen on the slopes of Diamond Head. And I know it's a wonderful walk if you get out a chance, you know, during the weekend early, because it's quite humid as the day moves on, just to walk around, you know, Diamond Head. It's just an amazing walk and to enjoy all the different scenery, and then the ocean up at the top there at Diamond Head Lookout. And then, of course, you know, one of the sceneries there at Diamond Head Lookout is the boating. And this picture was taken, it was the Trampak 2023 race finisher, crosses the finishing line with the red buoy there at Diamond Head, ending in a 2,225-mile race from California. And the spectacular views there up at Diamond Head to look at that. And then, of course, if you're walking down Diamond Head to enjoy the beach down there, like many surfers do, there's a purple orchid lei draped on tree threads, aloha at the top of the walkways, Marianne mentions, that leads to the narrow beach and the base of the volcano. So take a walk around Diamond Head this weekend. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you enjoyed just a little bit of a tidbit information on what's going on the outer islands. Much mahalo for joining us today. Aloha.